Turbinate bones support the conchae. These bones have yellow bone marrow inside, which is essentially an aggregation of fat cells, which made them look rather hollow in that previous coronal section that I showed you. Most of the nasal cavity is lined with pseudostratified columnar epithelium with cilia, and in most places, large numbers of goblet cells. This includes the walls of the sinuses. In a moment, I will show at higher magnification respiratory tract epithelium in this region here and clearly explain the unique features of this epithelium. Numerous mixed, but mostly serous glands, at least in this image, extend into the lamina propria from the epithelium. This respiratory mucosa covers most of the respiratory passageway from the nose all the way down through to the bronchi. The lamina propria is extremely richly vascularized to provide an ample supply of blood to either cool or warm the inspired air as appropriate. On these conchae, the blood vessels are very exaggerated. You can see them here. They are large venous structures called swell bodies. Their dilation and engorgement controls the passage of air through each side of the nose. These are the vessels that stuff up your nose during allergic reactions. And as you may know from your own personal experience, these reactions can be temporarily alleviated by vasoconstrictive drugs. So as I promised, let's view the histological features of respiratory tract epithelium. The ciliated, pseudostratified columnar epithelium of the respiratory mucosa is composed of at least 4 cell types. The most dominant cell type are the ciliated cells. These are tall columnar cells with cilia that project from their surfaces into the mucus covering the surface epithelium. The goblet cells are the next dominant cell type. They're quite conspicuous because of their clear staining characteristics. They synthesize and secrete mucus, and when it's stored in their cell cytoplasm, it's lost during processing, and so the cell cytoplasm appears very clear in histological section, so it makes them very easy to identify in epithelia. Brush cells have small microvilli that occur all the way along the respiratory tract, right down to bronchi. Basal cells sit on the base of the epithelium, as the name suggests. They're stem cells that will replace the other cells that I have mentioned. All the way along the respiratory tract, down to the bronchioles, respiratory mucosa, that is, respiratory tract epithelium, supported by a lamina propria with embedded mixed glands, is similar. So in my descriptions of the respiratory tree, down to the bronchioles, I won't bother showing repeated images of the mucosa.